Bookstagram didn't just change what we read, it changed how we read.
And at some point, we had to decide whether reading was still for joy or more for performance.
Through the culture shock and after realizing what we missed, we had to figure out how to stay without losing ourselves. Hey, book faves! Welcome back to Two Girls, One TBR. Your book besties here to talk about the real side of reading on the internet.
Yeah. Last episode, we laughed about the culture shock of Bookstagram. That was fun.
And in our mini episode, we talked about what we missed before.
Yeah. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit deeper into that side of things, such as indie authors and our love and interest of finding them. Arcs, I'm a big arc reader. What is a DNF and how do we deal with those? And how do we just protect our love of reading while still being a part of this space of the book world now?
Yes. Now, if you ever felt pressure, guilt, or burnout around a book, this one is for you.
Mhm.
Also, a quick heads up before we dive in. If you are an author who's ever wondered how guests end up on our podcast, keep listening because we're about to make something official.
I'm excited.
Now, now before we get going into our full episode, what are you drinking? We're not into our alcohol over here. I'm having a
Yeah.
cherry Coke.
Ooh, cherry. I brought the original.
The original. Oh, see, we matched then,
Yeah.
Hennessy.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? It's a Coke kind of day.
I prefer Coke
Yeah.
over Pepsi.
Yeah.
I don't
Me
like to
too.
drink Pepsi because for me, I'm not a fast drinker. Like when I drink, and if I
Huh?
drink Pepsi, it always goes flat.
It does. To me, it tastes more watered down. Like
Yeah.
it's not as fizzy and it almost tastes more sugary to me.
Mm,
I don't know. It's got a weird, just a different taste for me. And
I like the Coke. That's why.
me too.
And
I've
again,
always liked Coke.
and
And
it,
Diet Coke, I've tried. I know Chelsea's a big Diet Coke girl, but the other day I got one and it was by accident. They gave me a Diet Coke at a restaurant, and I was like, geez, Louise.
it has a weird aftertaste to me.
That's the aftertaste. I was like, whoop, can't do that. It's been too long.
I have tried like Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Diet ones, and I don't like it. I don't like that aftertaste.
Me neither.
There's
I'm
something
like,
awful.
I feel like if I'm going to have a drink, right, like a Coke or alcoholic beverage, like it's going to be the good stuff. Okay. Like I'm not
Yeah.
sacrificing these calories unless it's going to taste good and be like,
Agree 100%. Now, if
yeah.
I could do it and I could afford it all the time because it's pricier, I would have the glass bottle Mexican Coke all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But it's like, I think at Costco, it's like for 24 of them, it's like 30 some dollars.
Really.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But it's
I don't
still
drink
so wonderful.
soda that often to savor it like that. But
If you get a chance and you find it with the Mexican one with the glass bottle and it'll say made with real cane sugar,
yeah, good stuff.
it's delightful. I have one in the refrigerator I bought the other day because I got everybody at the house, my kids, Daniel, I got them all a Coke, and I still have mine in the fridge. And they're like, whose Coke
Nice.
is this? I'm like,
Don't you
it's
touch it.
mine. And they're like, why haven't you
As
drank
a
it?
mom, you never
I
have anything to
savor.
yourself ever.
I told them I'm savoring it. And they're like, well, why don't you just drink it? I said, because I want to savor it
I
and I
know.
want it
That's like my
special.
husband and the damn ice cream. Like, so he'll go and get us like pints of ice
Hmm.
cream, and I maybe have like a few bites out of mine, and then I leave it for a while. And he'll eat his like in one sitting. And I'm like, I can't eat ice cream that fast or that much. I have to like be in the mood for it, right? Like I'm
Yes.
savoring those calories. And then like one day I'll just see it in the trash, and I'm like, excuse me. Did you just eat my ice cream last night? And he's like, yeah, I'll go get some more. I'm like, no.
Jordan's bad.
Yes. And I'm like, well, what if I wanted it right now? And sometimes I do. And I'm like, where's my ice cream? He's like, oh, I finished that.
The
So,
see, I'm not a big ice cream eater. I will eat it on occasion, like if I'm in the mood or something for it. So
yeah.
I'll have it on occasion, but Daniel loves it. He likes it's Graters, I think is the brand, Graters, and they have it in the
Okay.
pints and they have the salted caramel, and he'll
Mm,
have those and he likes that. But I wouldn't steal his ice cream. So now Jordan's on notice now.
Yeah. He's an ice cream
Ice cream.
stealer.
He's an ice cream thief.
Yes.
Now Daniel, though, he has also mentioned my Coke in the fridge as well. So he's on notice too. He better not take my drink. Oh, men.
Well, thieves. Yeah.
Men. Oh, okay. So now we'll get into that's hilarious. Now we're gonna get into let's see, into our indie author section.
Yay.
Indie authors truly are the heart of Bookstagram, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I feel like that's where you find them. That's where they get their promotion. Like, it is kind of exactly that. Like, they have no publisher behind them but themselves. So they try their best to market, which is so hard. Like, if
It
you
is.
first start a Bookstagram, you know how hard it is to network and get followers and create content and like put it out there. And then you're trying to market. So then you're just you're
Absolutely.
trying with the algorithm, market your book, show people what you're writing, and be vulnerable. And I feel like that's the hardest part is like people want to know
And if
the
people look
author.
at you and they don't see that you have very many followers, people a
Yeah.
lot of times will dismiss you, even though you might be absolutely, the next big thing
Yeah.
on Book Talk or,
Right.
Bookstagram
Yeah.
book-wise. But if they see, they don't have very many followers, they're not going to pay
Yeah.
attention as much. And that's a disservice, I think. I don't think
Yeah.
people should pay attention to how many followers people have. Maybe they shouldn't even
No.
have that's visible, that people
Yeah.
can see it.
I mean, and you want genuine, I mean, especially indie authors, you want genuine followers, not
Yes.
robots, right? Or
Oh, yeah.
people that don't hype and people that don't talk and engage either. Hey, if you only have like 100 followers, but every person, like that's 100 people every day advertising for you, that's amazing.
Well, Bookstagram, like in all intensive purposes, it's like word of mouth. Because as soon as
Hmm.
one person starts talking about it, and then they'll show it to their followers that they
Yeah.
might have a whole lot, and then that person shares it, you know, it can explode. Just like,
Yes.
for example, like Kelly Hart with Quicksilver. The only
Yeah.
reason that she is where she's at now is because of the book world, the
Yeah.
Bookstagram, Book Talk, people promoting Quicksilver and showing it and doing the artwork and stuff, even though she's against AI art, which again, but I don't think she honestly would be in the position she's in if all those people hadn't seen that kind of stuff and seen the artwork and all that.
Yeah.
I
All the
don't
fan
think it would.
art.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
don't think it would have been as big as it is.
Yeah, and that's like a one-off, right? Like sometimes you have an indie author that writes a book and they go fandom. Sure. That is luck. Is it a good book? Yes, but there's a lot of authors out there that I can see them getting down about like, oh,
Yeah,
I have this series and it has this rating and I'm not getting any agents and I feel like it's worth being published big or whatever
yeah,
you feel your goals are. And I feel like, you know what, there are a lot of authors, indie authors that I have found from word of mouth, right? And sometimes it's not their first series that I find, it's their second or
yeah,
third.
absolutely.
And then guess what I do? I then backtrack and read all their books if I like their writing. So we will come. You just continue the road and
Just
you
stay on
will
that path.
gain your people. You have to go out there and just keep trucking along, as daunting as it feels, right? Like your fantasy people that are on their wagons, horses, like getting to the next town and like they're trucking
Absolutely.
along. Maybe they're scarce on food. Like it's a hard track to the next
It's like
place.
the Oregon Trail
Yeah, it is.
because
I
nobody
feel
gets.
for them. I feel for them because it is hard to market.
Well,
And yeah,
yes,
the
I agree
algorithm,
100%. I mean, you
all
take
that.
take Carrie Lake for example. She is a dark romance, romantasy author. Now, until I read Anathema,
Hmm.
I didn't realize what she had.
Nope.
And she has a whole bunch of books, and I think I have 6 of them up there because there's Anathema, and then she has, of
Yeah.
course, Eldridge. Now that, that's a trilogy, and that has gone traditional now. She also
Mhm.
wrote Nocticadia, which has now become traditional, but she
Mhm.
does have other books. She has The Master of Salt and Bones, The Isle of
Yes.
Sin and Shadows, in Nightshade and Inferium, I
Mhm.
think is the second one. That's a duology. And then she also has
Okay.
a Juniper series, which I haven't purchased yet. But
Yeah.
right there, I have all of those besides,
Yeah.
so we will come.
One book
Once we love
and now we
you,
have
we
more.
will come
Yeah.
to
I
you.
mean, it's like ACOTAR, and then all of a sudden I have all of SJM's books. It
Absolutely.
happens. So I say, like, keep writing. It's not that you're a bad writer. It's not that people don't like what you're writing. You're
No,
not good at marketing, whatever it is. Indie authors keep going because those are just negative
it just
thoughts, and we're going to have positive thoughts, good
absolutely.
vibes, and people are going to find your work. Keep working because we love your work when we find it.
Oh, yeah, because I'm going to say 90% of everything that's here on my bookshelf and on my TBR list on Goodreads,
Yeah.
they are indie authors.
Yeah. And I have bought books from the author website. So I get signed editions or they're special editions because they are indie and
Yeah,
they have put the artwork into it. They format everything. I mean, it's a
absolutely.
special, more special book to me,
And and
knowing it
they're
like came truly from the author and not a big publishing house.
oh
So
yeah, and
I
then
enjoy
again,
a good indie edition.
like we were saying, like I still, again, I will die on this hill. I think when you're an indie author and you have the choices and everything to yourself, and you don't have a bunch of talking heads telling you, oh, we need to make your cover look like that. The covers on indie covers are the most beautiful. Now, this one
Hmm.
here, this is an indie author. This is Nina Frost, and this is The Kingdom of Shadows and Wings. Look at how pretty that is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Love
look
it.
at that. Again, she's on my bookcase. I mean,
Yeah.
I prefer all these, and again, if it was not for Book Talk, Bookstagram, I would have probably never found these people because you don't find these like if you're going into Barnes and Noble and stuff like that. They are indie, they're
And you know what?
self-publishing.
Yeah. I will
Yeah.
not buy certain editions through Barnes and Noble. Like if I see a book that's popular there, I'll go to the author's website now
Smart.
and I'll get it.
You'll get prettier books in my opinion.
It's usually the same price. And usually when you buy it from an author, they give you character art,
Yeah.
bookmarks, stickers, other promotional
They
items
make like
too.
a little
A
treasure
little
chest
book
almost like.
box for
Yeah.
you. And I love that because then you feel like seen as, a reader, a person that's supporting them, and they make you feel special. And I know we make them feel special doing that
Yeah.
too. So it's a give take.
I I mean, I just again, I think they're an indie author, I know the ultimate for them is to become traditional and stuff like that, but I think there's such a special time while they are indie authors. I think it's more of their voice being heard. Does that make sense? Because they don't have the publisher, telling them, well, you have to do this. Because again,
Mm,
I'll take Quicksilver, for example. Now, I understand people complained to Kelly Hart about her original Quicksilver cover. I thought it was beautiful. I loved it. But once those books went traditional, and I understand she had some say in the cover and stuff, I am just very disappointed with the covers that
yeah.
once they went traditional and what they look like. And you pre-ordered
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. I was so mad. I was so mad how they came out because I ordered them before the cover reveal.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, these are going to be so good.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like,
I
how
mean,
lame is
yeah.
this cover? I mean, yeah, it has like the art inside and stuff, but I was like, this could have been so much better. And I
There
feel
was
like
so
indie
many
authors do it
things.
so much better.
I
Like they
agree.
really put effort into the cover being like intricate and character driven and
Oh, yeah.
foilings and like all sorts of
Well,
stuff. I don't,
we discovered yesterday as we were talking that we are cover snobs.
yeah,
And then that is a lot of times what draws us into a book if we're going to read it is how
yeah,
beautiful the cover is. So if you make an ugly cover, no, you know,
yeah. Or if it's I know a lot of indie authors kind of go through the what's popular, right?
Yeah.
I think there was a case, I don't know, a case, but there was somebody that was saying either the publisher or an agent or somebody was like, "Hey, I think we should put wings or something on this because that's what's in. Like that's what a lot of covers
Yeah.
are for this fantasy kind of genre." And she's like, "Yeah, but no.
Well, yeah.
But it doesn't make sense to my book." And I love that. Like, put your
Yeah.
input. Do
Oh,
not just
yes.
like bend
Don't
over
let them push.
backwards and let
Yeah.
them do what
Don't let them
they
push
want with
you.
your book. If that's not if that is not something that you want to portray for your book, say so.
Oh,
Because
yes.
as a reader, I am still looking at that cover and it is a little bit of pressure, but like I want it to read to me what
Yeah.
your book is about. I don't want to open up, like when the moon hatched or something and you think dragons because there's a dragon on the cover. I don't remember I think there is a dragon, but
I think
and
so.
people, I haven't read it yet either, but people were saying like it maybe has like 3 chapters on dragons. It's like very low key dragons compared to, let's say, like Fourth Wing. And so if I'm like, ooh, dragons, and I don't get dragons in your book, I'm going to be upset.
See, now I have a question now for that. Now I know
Okay.
Chelsea has read that book. Now book
Okay.
2 is coming out. Now it's the Ballad of Fallen Dragons, I think, is book 2. So there
Battle
is it going to
titles,
have? I mean, is it going to have more dragons in it? Then
right?
oh, see, now that'll be interesting.
I
Now
have to ask Chelsea now.
we're gonna have to
All
ask her
right.
when she reads it.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten into that one yet because I know it's super long
Well, I know they
and
said it's
wishy-washy reviews.
yeah,
So
there's
I'm
been a
waiting.
lot of half and half reviews, but they said it's from what I've read, it's very beautifully written, but
Okay.
it's a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot. But I don't mind that. I
No.
like a good glossary. I
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff. And that's another thing. We'll put that out there. If you're an indie author, put some glossaries out there.
Oh,
We love
yeah.
maps,
Apps. I was
glossaries.
just going to say that.
I mean, I love
I
looking at a
don't
book. I don't know if let me see if this one here,
I
because see,
had my
these are some of these I
Kindle.
haven't read.
I don't know,
Look at
but
this one.
oh, man.
Look at that. Look at
And
that
like
map.
I know. Oh, it's so intricate.
It's
But
very, I
if
think
you
there's
were
a
an indie
glossary too.
author and you have a very world building
Look at that.
glossary, yeah. I mean,
That's a
yes.
glossary. I
Name
like it.
pronunciations, glossaries, time
Yes.
or not timelines, but like family lines if they're not spoilers kind of thing.
Yes.
Just like houses,
Lineages.
lineage of
Yes.
houses and stuff, or like gods and goddesses. So like MKR, I love
Yes.
Melissa Rourke's glossary. She writes in like some funny tidbits on by her characters. So FYI, go check out
Oh,
her
yes.
glossaries are really
Amazing.
fun to read. But maps, if you are an indie author and you can fund a map, please do, especially fantasy, because in my head, I'm generating this world and I want to know, like, if you're talking about boundary walls that are warded, I want to know where on the map we are, because if we're going on an expedition
A hundred
across the
percent.
map,
Well,
I need
yeah.
to know where we're starting in indie.
Well, well, yeah. Now this book, I haven't, like I said, I haven't read this one yet, so I don't really understand what all that means. But I mean, but look at that map. I mean, it
Dude,
looks
that
good.
is what book is that? That's a really good one.
This is the
House
House of Beating Wings.
nice.
It's a thick one too.
See? I love that.
And
Yeah.
this is book 1. I believe it's a
See.
series because I tend to like series. But this, I
Yeah.
believe, is book 1, and it's supposed to be really, really good. But now this is another one. I mean, look at this cover. I mean, these are the feathers so vicious. Now we know there's obviously raven shifters since there's a
Yeah.
raven on the cover. It's pretty.
Yeah.
That's an indie author as well. But I don't know. Those are just the things that, like, we love our indie authors. We love the things that they do
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. I th- I know I've heard where people will give indie authors a bad rap because they're indie and not published. And so their books can't be good or well written and whatever hubbub people talk about with indie authors. That's their opinion. There are so many
Yeah.
more that will, we aren't that picky. And I
look at them
have
that
found
way.
so many, and I have found so many great books that should be published, and I love, and support a lot of them. So keep going. Like,
That's
I want to
absolutely. I
read
think,
more.
I mean, if you take anything from what we're saying in this little segment and stuff, keep going, keep putting yourself out there. Be a voice on Bookstagram and stuff like that. I mean, us as readers, we love it when the authors interact with us. I mean, it's some of the
Yeah,
greatest moments when you see that
that's
they like on
fun.
your stuff or they comment
Yeah.
on things that you say.
Yeah.
That is one of the greatest things with Bookstagram. I love it because we can
Yeah.
actually
Or
talk
they
to the.
share your stuff.
Yes, that's another thing too. Yes,
Like, in a million years before I started Bookstagram, I would have never thought that I would have conversations with an author. And you're just
absolutely.
like, my gosh, like I know so many authors and we're like this, we're best buds, like
It's neat.
BFF, sending stuff like memes and I don't know. It's just, and you get to know a lot of authors through like
Yeah.
street teams, art teams, and stuff. So if you are an indie author, I know it's hard to be on socials and there's a lot of socials to be on, but
Oh
your
yeah.
teams, if you make a team, dedicate your time to talking to your team and getting to know them. And I think that's the funnest teams I've been on is like when you really get to know your author. And it
Yeah.
makes you want to, like support them along the way. Like stay on their team, support them along the way. Um yeah, it's just more fun. It's fun to be on Bookstagram when you're in it
You're oh yeah. Now
together.
now now you do those kind of things. I've never done arcs or been on a street team or anything. What you
Yeah.
see is just me, but that seems like something that would be a very fun thing and stuff to do be able to do. But like you said, it's more fun when the author is involved. It's not just them having a team of people
Yeah.
and they
And
don't say anything to them.
expectations and um yeah, I know some street teams people are scared to get on because some authors would be like reprimanding in a sense of like, hey, you haven't shared this and we're going to 69 you from all Bookstagram street teams or something like that. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, we're here hyping you. Like,
Well,
this ain't
yeah.
my job. This is my
Well, yeah.
hobby. And I'm
Yeah.
excited for your book. I'll do what I can. But I'm a busy person.
But
I'm
yeah,
here for
you
you,
have
of course,
now, I
but
mean, now
take me off
if
your team if I am not succeeding, I suppose. Not hurt.
now I can see, I mean, I think that's a little rude for them to be
Yeah.
like that because you're trying to help them. But now, luckily, everyone that I've had interaction and stuff with, but then again, I don't do the arcs and the street team thing. I've had nothing but wonderful interactions with all the authors that I have gotten to speak with. And I haven't, but that's kind of the darker side of Bookstagram.
Right. So that would be like our drama.
That would be the drama. It's up
That's some Bookstagram
the
drama that we stay away from.
yeah, I try to
I've never been
avoid
on a team
that.
like that. I've just heard like some
Yeah.
authors are nervous to start street teams or be a part of them or have people come on.
So I guess the rule of thumb is if you're an indie author and you want to start that, be interactive with your people, be nice,
Hmm.
and realize that people are doing this for you, not, it's not a job. And
Yeah.
so if you're kind to
Not
them, they will be
expecting
kind and back.
anything. Yeah. And there are people on the Bookstagram world that are seeking things too. So you do
Yeah.
have to be careful
Oh yeah, you have
because
to
there
be
are those
careful.
people that want your arc to pirate it. Like that's a big no thing that kind of went around last year was pirating books. I had like some sense of pirating and I knew that kind of happened, but I
Yeah.
didn't know it was so extensive to what I've learned on Bookstagram that it's like very common and scary.
And people are
It sucks.
taking the advanced reader copies, the ARCs, and the beta books because
Hmm.
once you have those, you're not allowed to sell them because they're
No,
prior and people are trying to sell them
yeah,
because they want to benefit from it. So be very
yeah,
careful who you
yeah.
truly send out your beta reads and your ARCs to.
Yes.
Vet
So
people.
I totally understand the whole like forms and filling them out, making sure I'm a real person. I
Yeah.
have, no red flags on my
Yeah.
whole black flags we'll call them because red flags are still good.
Yes. Yes, it's true.
but not in the pirating world. But anyways, but yeah, like I understand the hesitancy of it.
I mean, overall, I mean, I think we've truly discovered that Bookstagram is truly a bridge between authors and readers.
Yeah,
That's the major thing there. Indies truly changed how we read because before that we were only going with traditional people. Like if you read our little min or watch our little episode here, our mini one, we talk about that because that completely changed how we find books, what we
yeah,
do with books. Now, this is something I did not realize. Pre-orders mean a lot more than we realize. If you
right.
pre-order a book, that is extremely important. But I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I just thought
Yeah.
you could have whenever. So
It's an algorithm thing is what I have learned in the back end of like just observing.
mhm.
It promotes it like pushes your book further. So the more you have, the more hype Amazon will give it on release day, and it brings you up in the numbers.
Yeah.
So when you see an author post like, "Oh, I'm on like the top 30 in fantasy." That's huge.
Oh, that
Top
is.
100 is huge to be noticed that far up in a list, especially on release days and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, indie
So
authors,
that
I
helps
mean,
get there.
promote it too. If you have that pre-orders are available, push it, promote it because people don't necessarily realize. So if they are following you and you're an indie and you only have an audience so big, you do that,
Yeah.
then people will share it and that could boost that number and help you more
Yeah.
as
And
well.
and and it goes towards like paperbacks, hardbacks, and
Yes,
digitals. A lot of the ebooks are like 2.99, less than a Starbucks coffee. So
absolutely.
I always try my best to at least do an ebook pre-order, just to kind of up their numbers if I can. If I have the extras.
That's good
Yeah,
of you. Look at
I
you.
try. Trying for you guys.
Again, indie authors are our heart. Indie authors changed how I read.
Yeah, and how we are more intentionally supportive, I would say.
I think so too. Now, I'm going to ask everybody that's listening out there, who is an indie author you found because of Bookstagram? I have so many. I could say pretty much my entire
That's
bookcase.
like my
Besides,
majority now.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Before we jump into the next part, I want to take a pause for a second because this is something that keeps coming into our DMs. We've been getting a lot of messages from authors asking us how can they be featured on our podcast on Two Girls
Yeah.
One TBR, and all of us we absolutely love that question. So instead of answering DMs one by one, we're making it official. Starting February 4th, we are opening author spotlight opportunities on the podcast. If you write spicy romantasy, dark fantasy, dark romance, and you're actually like talking about tropes, characters, reader reactions, and a little chaos,
Mhm.
this is very much a reader first podcast. But if you've been listening to us, you would all know that. So we don't want to do like the robotic interviews or the PR
Yeah.
scripts. We say whatever we want to say.
Yeah. We wanna just chat books.
Yes,
So, we wanna spotlight you, we want you to come on and tell us about your book, whether we've read it or not, really,
yes,
and tell the community here what your book's about. We wanna give you that spotlight to promote yourself, especially if you're an indie author.
absolutely.
And then just chat with us. What's your favorite tropes and what you're currently reading or how you got into writing? What's your favorite genres? Did you have a different genre before you started writing the genre that you're in? All the things. I could ask you so
Absolutely.
many questions. Yeah. And it's not going to just be, you know, how many pages is your book?
Well, exactly. Now,
Yeah.
also, though, a quick note, though, because we are an 18 plus podcast, we're an adult podcast. So the YA titles, they won't fit in right now with us. So we're going with all like the adult books.
Yeah.
Just so everybody is on the same
Yeah. Because
page.
we talk
Get it? Same
spice.
page.
Yeah. Mom joke.
Mom joke.
Oh, goodness.
But
But yeah, makes sense.
It makes sense. So, and I think that was because that's what our audience is and stuff like that. So I think that'll be fun. But be watching for that. That's February 4th.
Yes, February 4th. We will be
Yes.
sharing all the details soon. So, just wanted to give you a heads up here first. We will be asking on Instagram. So, two girls, one TBR, all spelled out.
Yes.
Spelled out. Spelled. I think spelled.
Spelled.
PhD.
There we go.
Just take a look. We'll put up some applications. We do want to kind of look and make sure your genre fits here.
Yes.
So if we get into some details, it's not going to, spoil anything and upset anybody.
It'll when you see what we have, it'll explain everything, and then
Yeah.
we'll see if we're a good match.
Yeah.
But I'm
It'll be
excited.
fun.
I'm excited to see how many authors we get.
Yeah.
I know Chelsea's excited too.
Yes. I have a lot of authors on to ask if they don't find us too. So there's going to be a lot of fun conversation coming up.
So, I think
Yeah.
so, because we're fun people. I hope
I think
everybody
so.
knows we're fun.
Not
We're not,
bias.
and we're,
No.
but we're not stiff. Like like a lot of like podcasts I'll listen to and they're interviewing, they become very stiff.
Interviewee.
Yes, and I don't think
No, we're
that's
just
how we
chatting.
are.
No.
We just want to talk.
Yeah.
But now that takes us into our next thing. Now, as we were talking above, now you do this. I do not. You do ARCs, which
Okay.
if
Yeah.
people do not know what that is, that's advanced reader copy, which is
Hmm.
before the book actually gets put out that goes to the masses, to everybody.
Yeah.
They do this so people can read them, find if there's, I guess, any errors or anything. I don't know if
Sometimes.
I don't know what
Yeah.
exactly, or maybe to get the hype on it, or what
It's
exactly
more
is it?
so a lot of authors want a big day on release day. And one way to do that is pre-orders, of
Hmm.
course. So the more, like we were talking about, the
Yes.
more books they have, the higher on the algorithm because they're showing this many people are interested in your book and we're going to push it out there for more people. So when you have that, you want reviews. So they're asking you to review the book first. So for a free copy of the book, right? We're not paying for this book. And it may not be like formatted to final production. So therefore it has like typos, maybe like a chapter number is wrong, things like that. So you understand that.
Yeah,
It's not a
going
final
into it.
production, but you get the story and you get all the words and things like that. And you rate it and you review it. And they hope that you do. You can't tell somebody like you have to review this if I give you a free copy. It's like an understanding
Yes.
of like,
Yeah.
please review this for my hype of the book kind of thing. So here's a copy, review please, but you don't have to. And so they want, their type of readers too. So that's why they vet a lot of people, because if you read dark romantasy, right, you like spice.
Yes.
This is a YA arc. First of all, I don't see why you would want that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they're
yeah.
also going to be like, why are you coming at me for a free book, right? Like, I'd be suspicious. Like,
Would be suspicious too with that,
why
because
do
I'd
you
be
want a
like,
YA? You
that
read
would
dark
be,
fantasy. So, you know,
yeah,
uh,
I understand that one.
I could see where you have to vet some people. As an ARC reader, yes, I'm going after the books that I like, authors that I like, genres that I like. But where was I going with that?
Now, do you,
They want you to like the book too, so that you put a
okay.
review. And when that algorithm goes on release day and they're like number 1 in the slot, they want reviews on there so other people are clicking and seeing, those star rate reviews. Oh, this must be good. What are people saying? And
Okay.
it's all part of the hype.
Now, do
So
you, like, when you do that on like release day, and do you have like a specific like hashtag or a specific
sometimes,
wording so that so people can find it, or is it just chance that people will find your ARC review, or your review, I should say?
yeah. Um, It depends. Like some authors will put together what are called media kits. So
Okay.
it'll have like any commissioned art, character art.
Mhm.
maps, things like that that you could use to create your own post or reel, whatever you want to
Okay.
do. And then like review. Some will have like a certain hashtag for that, which
Oh,
is
see, that's
smart
neat.
because if you,
Yes.
I don't know if people know this, but you can go to the little magnifying glass and search. Like if you liked the Ever King, you could search hashtag the Ever King and bajillion, whoever
Oh,
put that
you'll
on
get
their
tons.
posts,
Yes.
you'll see all of them. So
Now
there's your
now
reviews if you
Instagram
want them.
had now Instagram and I believe TikTok is the same. Now you can only do 5 hashtags because people were
I
like, "Oh,
know, that changed.
hashtags." They're like, "Hashtags are dying. People don't use them." But then I was reading here just the other night, even though we're down to 5 hashtags, hashtags are still pushing this stuff out. Also keywords, which would be your main words in what you're writing. So when you're doing a review, make sure you are mentioning the author, the title,
It's big time.
your genre in it, things that people like tropes. Because when people go to search on Instagram, we'll use this example, it will lead
Yeah.
them to you. But
Mhm.
that's important. But I wondered that
Yeah.
if they gave you, so that makes, see, like, again, I never did that. So that's a good idea when they do that. Even if you're an indie
Yes.
author, you should do this for your people. It will help a lot.
Yeah. Media kits, I love. I love them because they pretty much give you everything. They give you blurbs, tropes, art to play with on your
Mhm.
posts. I love that.
So
And
that's neat.
yeah, I do a lot of Canva. I had no idea existed until I became a Bookstagrammer, and I'm love Canva now. I do have the one where I pay for it because I liked all the pretty
Yeah.
elements and stuff that you could put on your post.
Yeah,
But I use it constantly, so
I've only tried Canva here since we started that in Christmas time when we did our
yeah.
thing, and then you did our lists and stuff like that. I have to start learning that a little bit more so I can do more things. But
Yeah,
I
it just
did.
takes time.
Now, how many would you say since you started this journey? How many arcs do you think you have done?
My gosh,
If you
lost
had to
count.
guess, because I can
At
say 0 for me,
least
because I haven't done any.
50. I would
50,
say
that's a
50
lot.
or more. Yeah, because I've been doing this like 2 years now, and at first, I got way too many way too quickly.
Uh,
And I'm sorry if you gave me an arc the summer I had my 3rd kiddo, because I did not review your book. Oh, shame on me. I have not gotten to it yet, but hey, it is there. I will do it. It's coming. I know I'm bad. But there are, and they understand that life happens,
yeah.
and sometimes you can't get to a book and read it, have time for it.
Now,
Yeah, especially when you have a newborn baby at home and you just got like
oh, yeah.
3 arcs that are 900 plus pages and they're all due on the same day.
Now, let me ask you that. Now, do you tend to get your arcs digital or do you tend to get them in physical copy?
100% digital. I don't think I've ever received a physical one. It's very rare. I feel like authors and
Yeah.
even
Ooh, my nose itched.
book, uh, what are they? Like Nerd Family is like a PR kind of
Yes.
like book thing. They do like arcs, physical arc, book boxes, stuff like that. They tend to go for the ones that are more popular on Bookstagram with more followers,
Oh,
viewers.
okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like
So when people get the arcs, it's typically the more popular accounts, the
yeah,
ones that have
for
the
the
higher.
physical stuff. Yeah.
Oh, well,
I'm not
that's
cool like that, but it's okay.
maybe one day we will be.
You never know.
Maybe. But that's interesting though. But
Yeah.
now, do you feel though when you do, because you said you got too many there for a while and now that you're more in a
Oh
rhythm of
yeah.
it, but do
After
you,
that, took it back. I stopped applying. It was kind of
yeah,
more so like whoever I had read a book 1 for, I then was reading a book 2 for the following year. Maybe picked up 1 or 2 newer arcs that I
yeah.
have found, but yeah. Um I think I did feel the pressure at first until that time until I didn't review once. And then I was like, oh, well, like, I'm only one person trying to read these books. I'll do my best. And I've learned my lesson. And I don't apply unless I know I could get them out now. But some authors will be like, here's an early arc, and you weren't expecting it. And they know, like, they don't want you to drop what you're doing and read it. But I feel this pressure sometimes to do that and get hyped, or be the first to like start talking about it with them. Or if the team starts talking about it and I
Yeah.
haven't read it yet, I'm like, I can't. I'm in the middle of other things. So yeah, like the pressure is real
So
sometimes with
so
it.
the with the pressure and that it's the guilt when life happens, I guess is
Yeah.
what's happening to you. Because you're like,
Yeah.
because you wanna do this, you want to meet their expectations, but you
Hmm.
have guilt
Yeah.
because life continues. You have life that's going on outside of
Yeah.
this world.
And that's just me. I know, it's not the end of the world. I feel like I let people down. I'm a people pleaser sometimes, and I've had to like take it back a notch and be like, sorry, can't do this one.
Do you think you've learned to say no?
Yes, I
Well,
have.
see? Well, see, that's good.
There are
That's
so
growth.
many arcs out there that I've like, oh my gosh, I would love to read that. I would love to
Yeah,
read that. I'd love to read that. But I'm like, nope, nope, not doing it. And sometimes they follow you into your DMs and they're like, hey, I have a book for you. And I'm like, I will try. Now tell them, like, I do not read as many physical books anymore because I have very small children at home. It's very hard to do. So I
yes,
audiobook a lot of stuff. And so I will tell them now. Like I can try to get to it and I can try and leave a review, but it will not be at your date.
yeah,
And a lot of times they're like, that's fine. Can you do it by this time? I'll try.
you'll try.
And
Well,
I
see,
do.
that's
I do
good.
try. And I get it out. But at least it is just talk to your authors. They're amazing and they understand. And they're just happy that you read the book. I feel like, you know.
Well, do you think that you are separating your arc reading from your pleasure reading? Do you consider the arc in with your pleasure reading?
I now I don't know. I pick the ones that I want to read.
Mhm.
Like, even if someone comes at me and says, "Hey, I have this for you," I'll give it a go. If I don't like it, I won't read it further.
Well, what do you do since you do the arcs? What happens if you start reading an arc and you do not like it?
Oh, I hate this
What do you
because I
do? I
want
mean,
to.
do you just like let it fade to the background and just not
No.
say anything, or do you
So
have to write something?
you do. And I
Yeah,
always feel so bad telling the author, like, this is just not for me. And it doesn't mean, and I've done this to an author, it was a bully trope in her
yeah.
book, and I didn't like it. I didn't like how it was done. And it's not like I don't like her writing or her book was bad, whatever it
It's
was.
just the trope and
It
that wasn't for
just
you.
couldn't get into it. I felt like I was kind of trying to skim through it, not giving it really like the hype that it deserved. So I just said, "Hey, I am going to DNF this." And you don't have to tell them unless they want to know, but like you could just say like, "Hey, I can't finish this." And as long as you let them know, that's fine.
Do
Or
they
if
ever
you're like you're going to give it a low rating, they ask you to tell them first so they aren't like looking for your review.
well, do they when you've had to say this, do you get any response back or does it just
I don't think she responded back to me, which
a good thing, I guess,
I
in that?
I mean, like, I am not like,
Well, I'm
"Hey, I
sure they
hated your
get.
book." Like, I'm also
Yeah.
like, I am not here to yuck your yum, like we say. Like, it am not mean. Like, even when I have, like, constructive criticism, let's say, in a review, like, I am not mean. I don't say, like, "Wow, what a dumb biatch that couldn't say there and there the right way."
But you know,
That's just, like, a funny example, but I'm not that person.
but I do believe there are people out there because
Yeah, that are rude.
when you go
Yeah,
onto Goodreads, particularly Goodreads, people are very cutthroat, very
they
vicious
can.
with their reviews.
Yeah.
I just if you didn't like the book or it wasn't for you, it doesn't matter if it's an arc or if it's after it's been put out there and you write the reviews and you write a truly really nasty review. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you
Like,
really need to do that?
did the book offend you somehow?
I
Like,
mean,
I
I mean, I don't
don't know.
understand.
I
Like,
don't know.
because I'll look at them because like I'll read reviews on books on Goodreads and stuff like that. But when I see them and they're nasty like that, I don't even read them. I
I don't
move
either.
on
I'm
because
like, I don't care about your opinion. So don't
yeah,
be a mean reviewer.
I don't understand the whole point of it. Why?
I
But could they say that to the author's face if they were in front of them?
right?
Probably
Yeah.
not. So if
Yeah.
you, I guess when you do your reviews, if you couldn't say what you're saying directly to the person that wrote it, don't
Yeah.
write it at all. Or
Yeah.
just, I
And
mean, be more
if you
compassionate or something. I don't
yeah,
know.
definitely. Yeah, because like they
It's
put a
weird.
lot of effort into this. It's not like they made this book to offend you or hurt your feelings or make you want to barf after you read it. And first of all, why
Yeah.
are you reading the book completely and reviewing it so horribly? Like,
Yeah.
why did you finish the book?
It's
Why did
very
you
weird.
continue reading it?
It's very odd. But I mean, because I'll look like at different books on Goodreads and I'll look at their rating, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll see books that are in the upper like 4 point something. Because when they're in the beyond four, they're amazing. But
Yeah.
there are the people when you're going down through there that are yucking that yum and
Yeah.
they'll write nasty stuff. And that's after I
Yeah.
started seeing that, I don't read. If
Yeah.
you're doing a review that's doing that and you're yucking somebody's yum and you're being very nasty, just know that majority probably of people don't read your review.
No. No.
And
I
authors don't
don't.
worry about those people because sometimes
Yeah.
those people are just angry with life.
Yeah.
That's what I think because they wouldn't say it to your face. So
And again,
just
why
be,
did they finish the book?
yeah, I don't
It
get it.
couldn't have been that
Just
bad if
DNF.
they finished it.
Well, yeah, I
Or
mean,
if they say they DNF'd it. Don't review it. You didn't finish the book. That's
yeah,
my opinion on
yeah,
DNF.
I don't think. Okay, see now that takes us into
It
our
does.
next part. We're going to talk about DNFs,
Yeah.
which is did not finish, or yeah, did not
Yeah,
finish.
did not finish the book.
Now,
DNF.
people need to have more compassion with it. Now, again, I have said this, you know this as well. I have DNF'd one book in my Bookstagram time, but I'm not going to yuck other people's yums because I know there's a tremendous fan base out there that loves it. It just wasn't my vibe. So, but did I go onto Goodreads and did I write a review and say I DNF'd this? No.
Yeah.
Stop doing that, people.
Yeah.
Stop it. It's dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it out there. But I mean, why do DNFs feel so personal? I guess because to me, it offends me
Right?
when I see people do this. So why
Yeah,
does it feel personal?
and I don't want authors to take it personally. If, you wrote a book about this subject, that's just not me. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to read your other books. There's thrillers out there that have different kinds of scenarios and settings. And okay, like what if one was at like a zoo and it didn't interest me? I'm not going to continue reading it because it's at a zoo. I don't know. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to read your next book or try it. I'm always up for an author that I like.
Now, this is just a side note when you said a zoo. Did you know when they did the pictures, I think it's from Calvin Klein of Robert Irwin, remember the crocodile
The
hunter's son? Because he's
yeah,
over 18 now. And he
his son,
did
yeah,
he did pictures where he's just in his boxers. They said that books that were talking like zoos and that kind of theme, that there was an uptick in people buying them. I thought that was interesting.
fun.
But if you ever see him, he is like the sweetest, like the
Yeah,
nicest young
he's
man in
like
the
a
world.
cinnamon roll.
He
Yeah,
is, and he's just so sweet. And you'll watch him, like he'll go on like the late night shows and stuff, and he'll bring animals, and he's
yeah,
so enthusiastic, like his
yeah,
dad in so many
yeah.
ways.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he doesn't know. I don't even know if he realizes that he has created a
He's a book
jump in that
boyfriend.
genre. Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't know. But I just thought that was a
Oh,
cute thing
that's
when you
funny.
said that. But
That's where your mind went.
when you said zoo, that made me think of it. I'm like,
That's awesome.
little Robert there. But
Yeah.
he is a cute young man. But he could technically, I think he could be my child because
Yeah.
I think he's like 19 or
He's
20 now,
he's
something like
yeah,
that. He's
a little
young.
younger for us.
But he is cute, though. He
Yeah.
is a cute young man. But personality-wise and everything, he's sweet.
Yeah.
But that made me laugh when you said that. Like you said, like with DNFing, that doesn't necessarily, just because I DNF'd it does not mean that it's a bad book.
Mhm.
Again, with the one that I DNF'd, obviously it's not a bad book for everybody. For me, it was, but you might read it and you might be perfectly fine with it. You know what I mean? So people need to stop telling everybody they DNF things, maybe. I don't know, or the review parts of it. If you DNF'd
Yeah.
it, don't review.
Well, I respect people when they review without a star rating. So,
Hmm.
like, tell me why you didn't like it. Sure. You don't have to be like, oh, this was nasty and gross. It's your opinion, sure. But again, like, don't have to be ruthless. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
say things without being rude. And people will get it. Like, and if people don't get it, then you know what? Over their head, okay? But still, like Goodreads, people will say like percentage stopped reading, DNF, lost interest. Characters weren't developed for me,
Yeah.
things like that. So if I wanted to read your reviews, I would know what you didn't like about it. And sometimes I go, oh yeah, I could kind of see that, but it doesn't bother me, but it bothered them, and that's okay because that's their opinion. That's how they read, and everyone's different.
Now the other thing is, now just finishing a book doesn't, I guess, equal out to like respect with it. Like DNFing, just because, if you DNF, sometimes it's better to DNF it than, like you said, to finish the book. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because then if you're going, it's going to make you hate it more and you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
By
hopefully it
finishing it
redeems
doesn't,
itself at the end, but
I mean, but if it's not vibing with you,
yeah.
just stop reading it and just move on.
Like, what is that one I read? The Blood and Wings by Briar Bolin.
Yes, On
Bolin.
the Wings of Blood, isn't it?
Yes.
I think that's
So
what it is.
I remember listening to this and going, not like really vibing with
Mhm.
this. I don't know if I like it, but I was like just interested enough to keep on going. And the end, I like already kind of knew it was coming. Like, it was, like, very, like,
Mhm.
forth-telling, which isn't a bad thing,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't, like, for me, like, "Yeah, great
Well,
book."
you and I talked about this. I think
Yes,
maybe,
and now I know.
yeah,
I need to
I
reread that after I read the prequels. I
yeah,
didn't
because
know that it was a sequel series of things,
now
so
that is something. I'm going to say this to authors, and I'm going to say to people that know this information or whatever, please inform people that, hey, there's a prequel. So you
yeah,
might want to read this before you read that.
yeah,
But from what everything I've gathered, I think it'll make more sense when you read the other ones, because I have all
yeah.
4 of them.
See, that's,
I have the whole series now. I just haven't
yeah.
read it yet.
That's next on my audio is The Queen of Roses or
I
something
believe
by
that's what it
her.
is. Yes.
And
It's
so,
4
yeah, I
books.
am giving it a try because I know it's a popular book and I wanna see if it is worth the hype. But there it
Maybe it'll
is,
make
like
more
that
sense.
TikTok, book talk, or Bookstagram kind of hype,
Mhm.
did me in. And I was like, oh yeah, this is getting special editions and going trad. And well, I want to see what the hype's about. And I read that book and I didn't know that there was other books to it. So I gotta do some
That is
research
something I have
sometimes.
that now in the Bookstagram world, since we've
Yeah.
been in this little world, that is something I
Yeah.
do research before I start a book. I make sure that there isn't, because of that right there,
Yeah.
that we had that moment. But maybe it'll make it make sense
I think it will.
when you read it.
Because when it first
Because you said
started, I
it
remember
was
having to
confusing.
like yeah, it was confusing at first. I was like, "What is going on?" Because and maybe that's not also a good thing that it didn't
Did
make
it
sense to me?
did it feel like you were coming in the middle of a story and there was stuff that you didn't realize? Did it
Yes.
feel like that kind of vibe?
It felt like she was a character that had this backstory that maybe I should have known something, but it could also go in that direction of like you're meeting this person for the first time and she has a backstory that you'll later get into. But then I felt like throughout that, like I didn't get any backstory.
Backstory.
So I was like, who the heck is this lady?
Oh, so maybe it will answer then, since it's a
Yeah.
prequel, it will answer the questions.
Yeah.
So that shows, but yet you continued on with the story. You didn't DNF it.
No, because it was interesting enough. Like, I wanted to see, like, how it played out and things like that. So, but I mean, if I was really lost, could not get into it, and I wasn't curious, I would have probably just said, you know what, I want to move on. And the mood reader in me does that sometimes. And I'm like, you know what, I just can't seem to grasp this right now in my brain. I need to move on. And sometimes I go back.
Well, see,
Just because I DNF something doesn't always mean it's like down for the count, too.
that's another point is, sometimes when you're reading a book, it depends on the time, the mood,
Yeah.
the time in your life, for context
Right?
purposes. And, just because you put it down and say, I don't want to read it, that doesn't mean in a few months you might pick it up again and be like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is the best thing I've ever read. It might be just, it depends on how you yourself are feeling, that kind of
Exactly.
thing. I might pick that
That's
other one
why,
up again and maybe I'll like it. I
yeah.
don't know.
Or a different, like Akatar, Tog, and Crescent City.
Mhm.
There are so many people that will be like, I hated Crescent City. I loved this one. I didn't like that one. To each their own,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I have preferences on what I like too in the storyline, but I'm not gonna,
Oh, yeah, 'cause I noticed that while I was reading Crescent City, and when I would mention it, that I was reading Crescent City, I got different comments,
yeah,
like they didn't like it and stuff like that, and I'm like, I absolutely now myself personally, I loved it. But
yeah,
I was going into it because I've been deep diving and I was looking for answers too,
yeah,
but I love the vibe of it. I love, like, book 1, it's kinda like a Scooby-Doo kinda thing, it's a
yeah,
mystery, that's
yeah.
it's that kind of vibe.
And it's like modern age, almost like dystopian too, but also magic.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I thought it
It
was very unique. I liked it
Yeah.
like
I
that.
loved it. I absolutely loved it. I'm very, excited for the, prospect of book 4, and I have my theories of what
Yeah.
I'm
I
hoping
think that's
that
what I
book
love
4 is
about
going to be.
all of her books being interconnected in like
Mhm.
small ways is you get those like fun theories. So
Oh, yeah. I'm
I like them.
excited. But now
Yeah.
I think a lot of them, like, people, they got to book 3 and they said they DNF'd it. I'm like, "There's so many answers. If you read ACOTAR,
Yeah. It was
there's so many
slow.
answers." And then some people were
True.
like, they didn't like the ending of book 3.
I didn't.
And
It
I
didn't
liked
matter.
it, but in my mind, it made sense. I
It does.
understood.
I mean, it does. I was looking for more of like a shite like kind of ending. And it was just very like mellow for me. For
I think what she did is she left it the way it is and how it was kind of like, at the end, but I think it's opening the door to much bigger things that are to come,
it
because
could.
I think ACOTAR 6 is tied into it,
Mm-hmm.
because it left an ending there with that world.
Yeah.
And so we don't know what's happening
Yeah.
after that moment happens. Because if you haven't read it, I'm not going to tell you. But if you haven't read it, so I think ACOTAR 6 is going to play a very big role into what's going to happen in Crescent City 4,
Right. Yeah.
because I think events are going to have to happen in that one and 4. And then plus now, when you read the Crescent City 3, there's something happens that's going to bring everybody up to full power, we're just going to say.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to bring certain individuals at the end of that book that were powerful already into a power that's going to shock all of Midgard. That's what I'm going to say.
I'm excited. I'm excited for answers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So for all the people that DNF'd it, I don't understand you.
Yeah. I mean, and if you DNF'd it, why did you rate it so low?
Again, it's just, I don't know. But now you and I were both, or you were saying this. Now, just because you DNF'd a book by an author doesn't necessarily mean that you you wouldn't necessarily read it again, or another book of theirs. Now, myself, now, in the one that I DNF'd, I don't know if I will read another book that's written beside them because I didn't like their writing style. Unless
Sure.
their writing style changes
Right.
as the books go, then I mean, I may.
Yeah.
But before I would jump all in, I would get a sample. Like on Amazon, a lot of times you can get a sample of the book, like the first chapter or so. And then I would see if I want to jump back into it.
Yeah.
So I understand that, but you said you would try it again too. Would you do a sample or would you jump all the way in?
A sample at first, like if it doesn't draw me in the first like couple chapters, I don't know. I'm a sucker. I really like to like give the book a chance. So,
Now, like I started reading Bloody Black, and now it's very different because I'm coming off the high of Crescent City.
mhm,
Okay, so I wanted something that was a little bit different than that world. And at first, when I was first reading it, and for some reason, when I hear the female's voice in my head, I
mhm.
hear her as British, and I don't know why. But I
Hey,
don't think it's
maybe
over there.
that's might be really good writing if you can
I
see
hear her with
that.
an accent. I hear her with
Yeah.
an accent when she's
Okay.
talking. But at first it's like you're seeing all this stuff's happening because like once I explained it to my husband because I told him like where I was at in the book and I told him and gave him the gist of what was happening. At first I was kind of confused. You know how sometimes when you're first in the first chapters of your book and it's
The world
kind of
building
the world
need a
building and it's like I'm like,
yeah.
whoa, I'm like that stuff that escalated quickly. Because the
Right.
first couple chapters and the events that happen, it goes real fast.
Yeah.
And then you get to a point and then it's 3 years later. It's
Yeah.
one of those kind of moments, but it's within it. And at first it was
Okay.
like I had to get it all in my mind and wrap my mind around what all happened there.
Mhm.
And but now I'm like reading it and now we're at that and she's on her I can't even say what she's doing, but she's doing something and
Okay.
it's good. It's good. Because at first I was like I was like, I don't know what I think about this, but it's good. So I
Nice.
highly recommend Bloody Black. At
Okay.
least right now. It's give it a chance because at first it's things escalate quickly.
Yeah.
We're just gonna put it
That's what I
that way.
mean. Like sometimes things progress. So I like to give my books a chance. I really do. Like if I truly cannot get into it, like my brain is like constantly rereading the sentence
Hmm.
because I am not grasping what's going on. Not in the mood, maybe I'll try
Yeah,
again the next day. Still can't quite like understand the characters. There's no depth to it. I don't know. Like it has to really be like to a point where I'm just like, I can't.
I can typically, if I read, I can read several chapters, like at night. Like if I go to
Yeah.
bed, I can read, you know, depending on how big the chapters are, between 2 to 5 chapters,
Yeah.
depending on the size.
Say like
And
anywhere
now
from 30 to 50 pages.
Yeah, and now if I start a book like the one that I did DNF, it was over a week and I had only made it to the beginning of chapter 8.
Oof.
I
Yeah.
was having trouble and I couldn't push past it. And
Right.
it was just I'm like, why am I having so much trouble with this? It's
Yeah.
just it wasn't for me. But I
Yeah.
did it, but
You
I
just,
wasn't mean about it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you just know. And I
and
feel
you
like
know,
before Bookstagram, that would be called a DNF for me. And I had no idea that that's what it was just like, okay, I'm bored. I don't want to continue reading this. And it would just like sit on your nightstand for like
if
weeks.
I
And then you
guess
put it on the shelf.
if the best thing is to DNF a book is when it doesn't spark joy. What is that? That Marie Kondo
Right.
thing? Like if things
Yeah.
don't spark joy. If it doesn't spark joy, just cut your losses and
Right.
go on. But you don't have to tell the world and be nasty about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's
If you
just you can't.
truly
Yeah,
want people to know your opinion,
I mean you can voice
it
it,
is
but you gotta.
yeah, here in America, you have freedom of speech to do so.
Yes, you do. But just realize that
Should
not
you?
everybody,
Not always.
not always. But I don't know. I guess in a lot of you just have to give readers and you have to give authors grace.
Yes.
So just again, you do a big nasty DNF review. That doesn't mean we're going to read it,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Or
But there
care.
are some people
Care what
who
you
love it.
say.
But then again, there are
Yeah.
people that do like it.
And
That's not we're just speaking from our
yes.
own selves.
And,
not others.
if I was an author, I'm not. If I were to have this masterpiece that I worked so hard on and people didn't like it, and I had a lot of 2-star, 1-star DNFs, stuff like that, that would totally bring my vibe down. That would hurt my feelings for sure. But I know we, as like human beings, for some reason, our brains go straight to negativity and we kind of perseverate on stuff like that. And we have to train our brains to like not see those parts. And so I totally understand like the authors not reading those and not wanting them. Totally get that. Because you should focus on your 5-star and your hype team and the people that enjoy your book and read it and love it.
But now, do you think though, now I'm not saying to read every DNF or every like 1 or 2 star. Do you think that does help though an author if they do read those things to see like as a critique to see, well, maybe I should be doing this instead
Yeah.
of that. So maybe
I
it is,
know
I guess it is good in some
in a
ways.
critiqued criticism, kind of
Yes.
constructive criticism, for sure, and I know some authors that do that. They're like, "I read every review because I don't take it personally." Like, you can't take it
Yeah.
personally, like, everyone thinks differently, everyone is different. So, yeah, like, if you want to read those and take back, like, what I don't even know what you could criticize really, like, let's say character development. Okay, my characters didn't have enough depth, enough backstory, enough like wow moments, plot twists, or whatever it is. Sure. Think about that the next time you write. I think it is. I think it could be positive. I think you could totally take that and not see it negatively, but more
Yeah.
positive.
So take that, even though it is something that is negative that someone is
Yeah.
putting out there about you, but take that and put it in a positive spin on it.
Yes.
Use it to make the next thing that you write even more amazing.
Yeah.
Because
Don't let those reviews get you down. Don't.
I guess we could say that like if someone DNFs, that doesn't necessarily mean disrespect.
No,
It just,
definitely not.
unless you're really nasty mean, then those people
Yeah.
were
And
watching you.
yeah. Don't focus on the nasty people. Don't be sensitive. Don't do it. And know and protect your peace. If you know that you are a sensitive author and those
Yeah.
things bother you, like I know an author who's like, I cannot read reviews at all, like 5-star, whatever. And they just don't. And I think, protect what you know.
Maybe, like,
But
if you have that, have, like, because a lot of the indie authors and that, they do have, like, little personal assistants and stuff.
huh?
Have those
To read through
people
them.
read that.
Yeah.
Look at have them do the reviews, and then they can give
Yes.
it probably the
Yeah.
information a little bit more gentle to you, or if it
If
needs
they
to be
yeah.
that way, or give you the hype that you need,
Yes.
if that
Yeah.
is big,
Like, look at
like you
this
said.
review. Look at this
Yeah,
one. And that's totally fine. And I don't think it's like delusional at all. I think you should feel good about what you're doing and hype yourself up because there are people out there that want to read your books and love you and love your books. So please
absolutely.
don't let a DNF bother you or a
Absolutely.
1-star review because I love when people will be like, this 1-star review made me want to read this book because it's true. Because I'm the person that likes the villain to win.
Yeah.
So if these bad people are coming at us, right? Like saying like, this is a horrible book. I'm like, oh, really? Let me see. Okay. I doubt that.
Well, I guess, like,
I'm that person.
I guess our message basically is your book doesn't have to be for everybody.
Yeah,
This is our inspiration to all authors. DNFs did not erase your talent. One reader's no is another a reader's 5-star. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Mhm.
And your story still matters.
Yes.
You need, your book matters. You need to put it out there because you don't know what it might mean to somebody,
True.
you
Yeah.
know? Now, I mean, everything I've read, it has brought like so much joy to me and to my heart.
Yeah.
And I know everything I've read, it has not been everybody's cup of tea.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And I think that's why I like doing this so much is
Yes.
knowing what I like and like being able to recommend what I like to other people. But I read some like I read a lot of fantasy, but like different kinds of fantasy.
Yeah.
So if my friend's like looking for this kind of vibe, I'd be like, oh well, you'll like these books or this author, and so I like being that person.
I think between you and I think we can recommend a lot of
I think
very
so.
good books.
Yeah.
Like I said, I curate my list. I go through,
Yeah.
because I look at different things as stuff when I'm going to pick books that I want to do. So I think anybody that would ask us, I think we would be able to give amazing recommendations.
Yeah. And Chelsea's our romance girl.
Oh yeah.
So she's our contemporary romance.
Yeah, she
So
reads
if
more
anyone needs
of
a
that.
recommendation, we have the genres for you for
Absolutely.
sure.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, this is going to be, I'm going to ask you a couple questions here. Now, would you rather do the ARC or would you rather pre-order the book?
Hard.
Myself, I can tell you, I will pre-order that
Yeah.
because I'm all right with that. But
Yeah.
would you rather be an ARC?
Situation. I'd probably want the arc first because I'll probably want if I know I like it,
Yeah.
like has the tropes that I want, I know I'm gonna like it and I want to hype it. So I'd probably ask for the arc. And if I didn't get it, I'd still pre-order it.
All right. Now, what's one boundary you have set with our in the
Mm,
Bookstagram world? What is a
I don't know. Like, definitely say no to arcs and certain, I don't know, certain things. I try not to sign up for so many things, especially like street teams. Like, if I'm on your street team, I want to be able to put posts out and hype, and I just
yeah.
don't have time for that right now. So I've really stepped back from a lot of street teams and have stopped applying for them. Um, So that's probably one thing to like tell myself like you are busy, do not
Yeah.
add to your plate. This is joy, this is your hobby, this is not a job. So and I would feel guilty if I did not show up when I was supposed to. So,
Now for me, like the boundary I've set, because there for a long time I was trying to post something every single day.
ugh, yeah.
And
We all have
I
been
have
there.
and so I have set the boundary for myself that I do this only so many days a week. I
Yeah.
post only like a couple times a week to my Bookstagram. Our
Yeah.
our podcast one I do more because I do
Yeah.
clips and things like that.
Yeah.
I doing 2 accounts and then you throw TikTok in it
Ugh, yeah,
and I
more
also
platforms.
and I do YouTube as well.
Oh my
But I
gosh, yeah.
try it gets too much. So mainly now I focus on our Instagram and I focus on our YouTube. TikTok, I don't really like it a whole lot over there as much. It's different. It seems like there's a lot more bots and
Yeah.
stuff. And now since it's gotten repurchased and stuff, there's been other
Mm,
problems and stuff. So you might not see us as much. Every now and then I will post over there, but
yeah.
if you really want to see a lot of us, look at us on Instagram and look at us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, but now what one thing you wish authors knew?
Oh my
One thing that
gosh.
you would say,
So
mine is beautiful art. That's one thing I want you to know. That part will sell me every time.
yeah.
Beautiful art. So always keep that in mind. Don't do ugly covers or plain covers.
Yeah.
Plain covers.
Yeah, do this for
Hmm.
joy. If you
Hmm.
want to do
Hmm.
this, do this. If you like what you're doing, keep doing it.
Absolutely.
I'll hold your hand if you need me to,
Yes.
because I want to read your story.
Yes. I agree 100% with that. Now, what is one thing you wish readers knew?
Be kind
Yes.
and
I
review
agree.
kindly. I never used to review, so please review and review
Yeah.
kindly. Even if it's a
Yes.
sentence,
It can, yeah,
like,
it can,
I
it,
like this book.
no, but I mean, your one sentence and stuff and how you write it, that could
Yeah,
somebody reading your review might be like, wow, and that might actually encourage somebody to go and pick up that book
yeah,
and read it as well. So
yeah,
I agree 100% with what you're saying.
yeah.
100%. Now, this is something else. This is for our little community here. I'm going to ask you all these questions. What book did you DNF, but you still respect? What helped you let go of your reading guilt? Did you normalize your boundaries while reading here? Uh, do you react with empathy? Because empathy, that's what we're telling you. Have empathy when you're doing your
Mm-hmm.
anything, even when people
Yeah.
comment on your posts on Bookstagram and stuff, because some people will argue.
Yeah.
Try think empathy. And also, I want to reinforce to everybody, just, don't be so judgy.
Yeah.
Just
Compassion.
compassion. But let us know though, what book, did you DNF but still respect, and what helped you to let go of your reading guilt.
Yeah.
But now
Let
if
us know
you
we're not alone.
yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now but now if you've ever felt guilty for not finishing a book, you're not alone.
Yeah. And if you're an author listening, your story still matters. Please keep going. Please write it. Get it out there.
Percent. But if you're an author or you know one, remember applications open February 4th. Follow us so you don't miss it because spots are limited.
Mm-hmm.
We're super excited. Heather's excited. Chelsea's excited. We're all excited for this.
Yeah.
But DM us your thoughts. Share with someone who needs permission to read freely. Leave a review for this episode also, because that's important to us. Remember, we're on all different platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Audible. Heather loves so much. And
Sorry.
we are. I think we're our number one platform that people listen to us actually is Apple. So that's some
Crazy.
interesting information.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But our
Yeah.
next But now our next episode, we will be leading into February. So February is the month of love.
Love. Yes.
So be
So we're getting
prepared for
spicy again,
we're getting
girls, boys,
spicy.
everyone. Yeah, so we're getting spicy. It's February. We're going to talk about our love interests, our book boyfriends again, our
So
spice.
I believe it's our villains we'll be discussing that we love so much.
That was a red flag.
Of course.
So, yeah, we're going
But
to do that.
hey, thank you all for listening to us today, and good night, book babes.
Good night.